Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Juliette and today I'm going to be channeling your angels, ancestors, and guides for you. So let's just get right into it. I'm going to actually start off with oracle cards this time. So I'm going to do something new. Usually I do tarot reading and then oracle cards to confirm the message from the tarot. But today I think I'm going to start off with oracle and then we'll get into the tarot. Okay, wonderful. So you guys got drum, dream and journey, white witch, be the light, and stargazer, set your heights or sights higher. Okay, so your guides are really telling you that your dreams are really important right now, because what you are doing is you are currently aligning with your highest dream. Whatever you came here to do, you're going to be aligning to that highest alignment possible in this lifetime. Okay, because we have different goals in different lifetimes, and so this specific life, you are starting to come into contact with your dreams. And not as in like you're having dreams, well, that too. But those dreams that you're having give insight into higher dreams that you are aiming for, that your soul is going towards, okay? So if you were ever curious about your path, your plan, I highly recommend that you check out your north node, your MC, and see where those houses, or like see where those are placed. And I am not an astrology girl. I've just used that much to my own advantage, and it's actually helped out a lot. It's helped me see my vision a lot clearer. It's helped me understand how my inner world can actually come out into the physical world in a way that's favorable and balanced and successful, right? And so yes, those are what your oracle cards are telling you. I'm also seeing with the white witch, I'm getting like Glenda, but then I'm also getting elementals. I'm getting elemental magic. And with elemental magic, it's very, very strong because you're dealing with elements of this reality, right? That's what the magician yields in his sorcery to whip up something new. So, but with the white witch, be the light, you are embarking on this journey of creating your own destiny, but imbued with as much light as possible. I think you don't really enjoy. I think free will is really important for you guys. I think having the ability to choose for yourself is absolutely crucial in any decision that you make. And you guys always come back to this more grounded place before making a decision, because you want to make decisions that are based on the light, based on your dreams, based on that higher version of you. And so if you guys are having a difficult decision to make right now, understand that your body's just trying to like calm back down so that you can actually make a decision based on what your soul desires, based on what your entirety desires, not just one aspect of you. Like, I'll give you an example. For one aspect, if you crave safety, you might go for jobs, people that have more, that have that status that you're craving. But sometimes those don't actually pan out. Sometimes actually people are just lying. And so when we only look at one aspect of a choice, sometimes it can lead us astray. And that's just one example. And so for you guys like your whole entire being to be encompassed in this decision, regardless if you know what's ahead or not. Your whole body needs to be all in with the decision. And that's why it takes you guys a while. And that's why you might come off indecisive, but really It's you're waiting for that soul resonance that, all right, things are aligning. I'm good. I can go. I can do this. And sometimes in spirituality, they, with the Fool card, they always tell you, like, sometimes you need to make a leap of faith, but with that leap of faith, your whole body still needs to still needs to be like, yes, we need to go. That's it. Like, we just need to go. And so it might take you guys longer to come up with or to make decisions and to make moves. But when you do make moves, it's intentional, it's purposeful, it's enlightening. It is really important because it inspires people, because you're imbuing light into every choice you make in life, and that's beautiful. So let's get into your tarot now. And Six of Pentacles in reverse with the Ace of Wands in reverse. So this is a very like impactful imagery as well, right? With a very inspired idea. One that is coming from a very higher up place. You can see it up there. Yeah. So, Ace of Wands in reverse normally comes off to me like there's no inspiration, there's no movement, but here it looks like a comet, like coming down, shooting down from the skies, shooting down from the it looks like another realm, it looks like another dimension, because even the waves move differently and the energy is dispersed differently. So I'm seeing that you're literally receiving information from a higher dimension. I'm hearing 6th dimension, 7th dimension. And so where we are right now is in the 3rd dimension, where our spirit guides that we tend to talk to the most, they're in the 5th dimension. What you're connecting to is a dimension higher up now. And this is really important because it's connecting you with your dreams. That space that we are always in before our physical creation, our birth, we come from higher dimensions. It's that consciousness. That's why we have this unwielding idea that we live on forever, and that every culture has their idea of an afterlife, because I think as humans, we inherently understand that life does not just end when our bodies and our avatars are done. That's death is just another doorway. It's just another pathway opening. And so, seems like you're going to be getting messages from the other side. And you know what? Last night I was getting spooked out in my own house, which never happens, but I was getting so freaked out. I felt like there was a presence, and but there wasn't anything there. Like, I checked because I will not allow spirits in my home. Actually, I literally I'm like, get out. Most of the time, But here it wasn't like an entity. It was just, I think I was picking up on what you guys are feeling. And so you guys are going to be feeling this sense like someone is near you, something is near you, and that's legitimately your higher self. It's like the thought form of your higher self coming in to imbue you with the ideas, with the dreams that you may have forgotten. Okay? There's some things that you have forgotten about yourself. And so your guides are here to completely remind you of who you are, because you are so much more than your mind is allowing you to think right now. And they want to snap you out of this way of thinking isn't true. It's not a true reflection of who you are, and they don't want this distorted image of you to harm you, because where you're heading, you kind of need to be on your A game about your self-perception. And so you need to be confident in who you are, and you can't let other outside factors really influence how you feel about yourself. Okay, obviously you're allowed to feel guilt and shame when you do something wrong. Like those feelings are good when you're feeling like you actually did something wrong, because it helps you reflect. It allows you to have that accountability so you can actually change. But in some instances, you're battling with people's perceptions of you that are not true, that are not rooted in reality. It's rooted in their own distorted, what is it called? Perception of you. It's not true. It's just like a funhouse mirror. Like they're pointing that at you and being like, that's how you actually are, you know? And so spirit's just here like, no, don't believe that. Do not believe that. We're protecting you. We're not allowing anyone to come in. And that's why the Lovers is in reverse. I feel like spirit does not really want to allow anyone into your life right now, because you are being reciprocated in this moment. You are being loved in this moment, and you are seeing the truth in this moment, okay? If you're being gaslit, if you're not being understood or seen by your community, understand that as a light worker, we get placed into situations where we do not vibrate at the same frequency as everybody else. Why? Because we're here to uplift that frequency altogether through our interactions with people, through just being ourselves. We're basically like grid workers, where wherever we are constantly imbuing light. We're channeling light. And so that area becomes lighter overall, because the energy that is being poured into it is really positive, pure light energy that it basically elevates the whole vibration of the earth eventually, right? And so understand that if people are not being supportive of you, if people are not understanding you, giving you a hard time, that's them having a hard time dealing with opening themselves to this, right? Just see it as them having a really difficult time conceptualizing and accepting something that hasn't been taught to them. Okay, so it's not really you. It's not that they don't think that you're allowed to believe whatever you want to. It's just that they can't conceptualize it, and so their disbelief actually just comes from lack of understanding and lack of openness. Okay, so yeah, with the Lovers in reverse, I'm seeing that this chapter is not about coming into union. It's not about, I need water. It's not about new love. It's not about the red string. It's not about love at all. Okay, maybe this past chapter it's just been about love, 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 love. And I think you're sick of it. You're really moving into a yeah, look, like the Lovers back here. You're over here. You're like holding your sword. You're like, I am so not interested in that at all. Like, y'all have your fun. I don't want any part of it. Why? Because you already get that. You already get that. Whether it be from a person. And so like, I feel like even if you are connected to someone, you may have like other people from your past that have grown quite interested in you only because of the light that they're able to see now that they weren't able to see before. Right? And so as you stand in this knowing of who you are, I don't know, people want to play games with you and they want to show that, they're capable of love. And so they might try to bring in somebody else to like prove a point about themselves. And you're just like, okay, like that doesn't like matter. It doesn't matter because I'm sitting in my knowing, in my wisdom, in my inherent worth and discipline. Okay, the sword is also about discipline. And so you are completely like disciplined when it comes to love. You are not going to be making weird ass moves, like even especially if other people try to come in and try to convince you to do something that you would not do. You're not going to do it. You're not going to do it because you're not going to share that side of you with people that didn't choose you before. Okay? Because these people that are coming in, they're not new. They're in fact old people that have seen, okay, stargazer, They have seen that you are heading towards stardom. You are a star. They're gazing at you. They are the stargazer. You are the star. And so they want a piece of that. They want one of the stars, the pentacles. That's what. Okay? And you're just not going to give it to them. Why? Because they don't deserve it. Because they don't deserve it. They have some sense of entitlement. And yeah, it may hurt them to be rejected, but you were rejected and you came out just fine. Okay, these people acting like your rejection is the worst thing that ever happened to them. They need to spend more time on them then. Because if losing a option is the worst feeling for them, then their priorities must be scattered absolutely everywhere, right? And so, although actually you're just a gem, you're literally a diamond, and you know, people from your past, they see it and they're just like, oh my God, I should have not done what I did. I should have been a lot better. I should have invested in this person instead of judging them. I should have seen their worth before jumping to conclusions, you know, stuff like that. You're going to be experiencing a lot of energy like that because people are not going to come to your face to say that. You know, they're never going to come up to your face and be like, I missed out on you and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for acting a fool. Please let me back in and can I have some money? So people know they can't approach you like that because that seems absolutely ridiculous. And you would say no immediately. And so, you know, because they can't come up to you that honestly, they're going to come in a bit, they're going to come in a bit sly. They're going to come in with their own game plan, with their own plans to get closer to you, to secure any type of connection, like a friendship or just like following each other online. They want to secure some kind of connection to you. At this time, collective, your spirit guides are, you know, they're doing their best to keep every outside influence away from you. So even if I'm saying this and you're like, no, there's literally no one, there is. Your spirit guides are just really protective over you at this moment. And so, yeah, with the High Priestess, they're tapping you into your knowing. They're pushing you into a period of really knowing yourself. Know thyself. You know, that's the energy I'm picking up on. And it's because you've allowed spirit to just work through you. You know, we've talked about this in other readings as well, so I'm not going to get too much into it. But you have really opened up and allowed spirit to tell you who's good for you and who's not. And that has saved you so many times. And that's why other people are shocked that their way never worked, because your spirit guides gave you a heads up way before they even attempted. And so consider this a heads up way before any attempt is ever made. Okay? But know that any fuckery that comes towards you will completely like not work, because your wisdom, your eye, your discernment has leveled up like tenfold. And there's no way that, you know, if you know someone's not good for you, you cannot openly like allow that with good faith, because it goes like against how you actually feel. If you start feeling butterflies around this person, understand that butterflies can mean that you're anxious, that this person is causing your internal system to fluctuate at such a high level and it's causing anxiety. Okay, sometimes butterflies are just anxiety. It's not, oh my God, I've met my soulmate. It's, oh my God, I've met a karmic. Okay, because I can say that with my karmic, I always got like chills and goosebumps anytime he touched my back, or any, like if he like held me, and from I would feel like nervous. I wouldn't feel good. It'd make me feel like really tense and just like I can't be myself. And that's not love, that's not infatuation, that's literally your nervous system understanding, recognizing that that person is actually very karmic for you. And because I thought it was butterflies at first too, but then once I met my other partner who has treated me way better than I could have ever asked for, that has shown me that love can be so reciprocal. Like, of course we have our issues, but like at the end of the day, like, he's taught me so much about myself and I've taught him about himself. And so it's like so reciprocal, and it feels completely different from a karmic relationship because when he touches me, I'm calm. I don't think about anything else. I think about nothing. My mind goes blank. Why? Because I'm safe. Because I feel safe. My body doesn't fluctuate like that. My body doesn't start heating up in like that nervous, tense way. It actually softens. It like, it's quiet. It's just peaceful internally. Of course, there's heart there because, you know, you gotta love the person that you're dating. but your body is reacting very differently to a good partner, right? And so, yeah, so just keep that as a reminder as you go forward, because some connections, some karmic connections can cause your body to feel very physical symptoms, right? Like the twin flame journey, that journey causes your whole body to flare up and you're just like in this like state of inferno and there's nothing you can do about it and you're just in it. And I'm speaking from experience because when I first met my twin flame, just like know that if that situation happens for you, I totally understand. Spirit understands. They just want to remind you, like, hey, maybe that's not the best option for you. Maybe that's just someone that feels left out, that feels FOMO over you, and that's not actually love. They just intensely desire possessing you. They just want to have you in their little back pocket, you know? You just want to like peek back there sometimes, be like, oh my God, she's cute. Okay, back to me, back to my life. You know, that's how they want it. They want to put you in their little pocket and just be like, okay, you're gonna come with me, but I'm not gonna pay any attention to you, and maybe every now and then I will, but like I'm still figuring myself out. And so yeah, that's just so lame. I'm sorry, that's just so lame. That's not what you deserve, okay? We are whole, complete beings that deserve full reciprocation, especially in a connection. Hello. You're not just going to allow anything. Like, I feel like the pickier people in love actually get exactly what they want. They get exactly what they want because they know what they want and they will not allow anything else. Right? And so that's where you guys are. You're like, I know what I want, and you are not it. You're not it. Because what you're doing, none of that is okay. And so you're putting your foot down with a lot of people. Okay? These are connections that you made before you had these boundaries in place. And so as they try to come back, they're going to try to come back into with that understanding of who you were before you placed those boundaries. But you're going to be placing those boundaries immediately, and it's going to show them how much you've changed, how little you're willing to deal with the same BS again, and how much they need to step up and they actually need to work on themselves in order to even have a moment with you. Okay, because this is romance. This is not about friendship. Friendship, even with friendships, be picky. Don't accept people in your life just because they're around, you know? Actually, like, look at them and understand, like, do you add to my life? Does my body feel safe in your presence, or do I get absolutely tired? You know, it's just things like that. You're gonna be yeah, that's discernment. You're gonna be using discernment and really seeing who gets to be accept it or not in this next chapter of your life. And, you know, people can call you entitled and whatnot, but it's your life and you're allowed to accept whoever the frick you want. Just a reminder. Just a reminder that, you know, it's your life. You're allowed to choose who you want. That no one is entitled to you. Just because the algorithm tells you have a soul connection, remember to use discernment and understand that some soul connections can be karmic. Some soul connections aren't just the beautiful soulmate that is portrayed in media. Sometimes soulmates are absolute karmic people, okay? Just a reminder. Yeah, just in case, you know, I don't mean to be this fiery. Like, obviously, you guys know best for you, and you guys will be making the best decision for you. And, you know, spirit fully trusts you. That level of energy is just my, like, big sister energy coming out, like, saying just, like, do not fuck with him. Don't fuck with that person. You know? So, let's pull out some angelic realms oracle cards for you. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say. Angelic realms. It's not that difficult. Okay. You guys got transcendent clouds. There are codes within the clouds. And then you guys got winds of change. I am effortlessly moving through this shift. Okay. Okay, let me see what I can get from these cards. Okay, so as you move back into a more feminine state, a more relaxed, allowing things to shift and occur in the way that it needs to, allow yourself to be led to knowledge, you know, instead of seeking it out yourself, allow the knowledge to come to you. That's exactly what you guys are going to be doing. You're going to be given a lot of codes from spirit, and, you know, it says through clouds, but I'm also getting through, like, if you do plant medicine correctly, where you smoke and the intention is to allow the right information to come through, without your internal blockages constantly, like, refusing for the information to come to your conscious brain. Sometimes when you're doing, like, plant medicine, those blockages, they come down, and so it's a lot easier to accept information when you are in a more open and receptive state. And so if you guys are into that, I am, so no judgment there. Try to do it more mindfully. You know, you don't have to, if you do it, like, repetitiously, and if it's more just like just something that allows you to get through the day, I suggest that you spend, like, just, like, you can dedicate, like, 1 or 2 hits to really, like, opening yourself and allowing that information to come through. And it works, okay? I don't know, like, humans have used it for so long to channel information from spirit that, yeah, it does work. I've tried it, like, many, many times, and spirit has come through to me so much stronger. Obviously, they don't come to me every time I do. It's just when I put that intention. Like, when I'm like, okay, I'm doing this, but it's for me to really open up to spirit, to my own spirit guides, to my own higher self, so that the information can come to me. Okay? And so maybe that's something you guys can do, because with the clouds, I'm like, oh, maybe you guys need to go cloud gazing, but something told me that's not what that meant. So yeah, I'm telling you guys now. Imbue it with love as well. When you're diving into plant medicine, understand that see it as an herb that can heal you, rather than just a fun paraphernalia. You know, it's the intention of it. And there's actually, like, history of humans using this in a very respectful, in a very introspective way. And so there are ways of doing that. With the winds of change as well, I'm effortlessly moving through this shift. This information really is just so that you can glide through this shift that's occurring in your life. It's been occurring for like a whole year, but when the shift is longer, you need to understand that it's because the moves that are about to happen are big. Okay. Fast shifts that occur in your life allow for faster, smaller blessings to come through, right? But when it's a very long, tedious shift, that's basically like you completely having like cellular regeneration, like a 7-year cycle, cellular regeneration, and you're coming out of it with new cells now. And or you're coming out of this with new energy, new cells, new body, and you're actually going to be able to be very healthy in this next season. That's what I'm hearing. You're also going to be very happy. You're going to be doing things that bring you just like small joys. We talked about this before, but you're going to be finding new things to do that just brings you joy, that just makes you feel like a whimsical little person again, And honestly, I think guys need to be more whimsical. Like, I always try to make my partner see the more whimsical side of life because he's a Taurus, so it's kind of hard for him. But I'm Taurus rising, so I understand where he's coming from. And then I'm like, all right, little Taurus, understand this from this perspective. And he's like, oh. And yeah. So that's what you're going to also be doing for people. You're going to be like, okay, I see where you're coming from. But if you just like do a little flip right at that moment, like at a certain thought, then both are true. Then both can exist, right? Instead of being like it has to be one or the other, you're going to be like, no, it can be both. It can be both. And it's okay. We don't need to argue about which one should exist or not. Both exist. And both are valid. Just like in an argument with a partner, it's like instead of constantly butting heads and trying to prove the other one wrong or trying to prove yourself right, there comes to a point where both of you just kind of have to like accept that both versions can coexist at the same time because you're two different people, and that it doesn't have to come to like a singular agreement, that both perspectives are correct, that both perspectives have wisdom and love and care in them, And so, yes, you guys are just really teaching people how to be open, how to see the world in a more open way, in a more whimsical way that brings more fun into their lives. And when they're having more fun, they're going to be able to accept the more joyful side of life again, because they're going to remember how to smile, how to laugh. And, as much as it is sad to hear that people can forget how to smile and how to laugh, or even how to feel, it's happened to me. I went through like 5 years of not being able to feel any emotion, and I felt really wrong. I felt really broken because like every emotion just kind of washed through me, and like it didn't really affect me because I was just dissociating so hard, Life was really hard back then, guys. But, now that I'm in a better place, I understand those people that feel that way. And it's never wrong. It's just their lives just aren't aligning in the way that allows them to be happy, allows them to be present in the moment, because there's something that requires them to be dissociative. Okay. And, it's like you experienced it. And so when you experience people that are experiencing what you used to, you do not come in with judgment, but you come in with information that helps them. You come in with advice that gets them out of that energy because you've gotten yourself out of that energy. And so now you're passing it on to other people, and you're just being a beautiful person, obviously, but like you being a beautiful person allows other people to heal, like just in your presence, because having you there alone proves the point that not all people are the same. It proves the point that people are different. It proves the point that other thoughts can exist and they can still thrive and they can still be abundant and they can still make sense. It doesn't have to be nonsense just because it doesn't align with what one thinks, right? And that's what you allow people to realize, that, oh, like, I may have been a bit judgmental, but I can see that this approach to life is helpful for this person. And instead of being like hateful or like judgmental about it, I can just be accepting that also exists. You're not converting people, obviously, because there is no religion to convert people to in this case. But you're just showing people, you're giving them an example of an alternative life, one that doesn't really subscribe to the matrix. And people need that, because if media constantly pushes the same narrative over and over again, that's why Hollywood exists. It's literally propaganda. That's what entertainment is. It's literally just propaganda. And I love entertainment, though, don't get me wrong. But in the core of it, it literally existed to kind of push an agenda. And so, people just aren't aware that there is an agenda until they see another way of being. I was like, oh wait, I've been pushed into like a certain way for my entire life, but it never actually had to be just that way. And that's what you give to them. And that's why you're beautiful. And that's why spirit guides love you. And that's why they keep pushing you forward and they keep doing things for you and keep blessing you, because maybe right now you guys are questioning, do you even deserve these blessings? And it's like, yes, you do. You're such a beautiful person. And even if you can't see yourself as a beautiful person right now, other people still see you as a beautiful person. And if others can't see you as a beautiful person, your spirit guides see you as a beautiful person. So just because, one aspect doesn't see you that way, another aspect might. And so it's just keeping that mind wide open and not allowing those negative thoughts to get to you in this moment. Remember that you are a very sovereign being, and that I respect you and that others respect you, and we are all here for you. Okay? So don't be afraid to reach out if you need any more help. And if these messages resonated, go ahead and give this video a like. Leave a heart in the comments so I know you guys made it all the way to the end. And subscribe to the channel if you like the way I read. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.